a country which had so much prospects. First black nation to attain independence, the shining black star of Africa. We used to be the poster child of economic growth, of democracy. This was a country that many other African nations were asked to emulate. Today, all of those have been eroded. We are at the precipice. We are on the brink of economic catastrophe, of Armageddon, of a cataclysmic economic disaster because of a finance minister who has betrayed the trust of the Ghanaian people. Mr. Speaker, what is even so obnoxious and irritating is the minister's opening remarks that this is a time to rejoice in the Lord. Jesus Christ of Nazareth, rejoice in the Lord. The minister forgets that in Proverbs chapter 29 verse 2, the Bible says that when the wicked rule, the people mourn, the people groan. There is pain and there is anxiety when the wicked rule. Proverbs 29:2. This is us. If the minister is still rejoicing, then our problem is bigger than I ever imagined. Because it tells us that the president, his vice president, his finance minister, they are in a bubble. They are totally out of touch. They are in a world of their own. And they are still in a rejoicing mood. They can come to Parliament and tell us to join them to rejoice in the Lord. At a time that senior citizens, the aged, the vulnerable, it was Mahatma Gandhi who said that the true measure of any society is how that society takes care of the vulnerable. People who have served this country with distinction, they did not join their colleagues who left for greener. They stayed here to reconstruct this nation. They toiled, they sacrificed for decades. Their pensions are being taken away from them. Pensioner board holders. They have to picket days on end. And the president has not even invited them to listen to them. You have distinguished, illustrious sons and daughters of this country. Our role models, people we look up to. What would the younger generation say when they see those images? A whole former Chief Justice picketing. And let me salute the former Chief Justice and her colleagues. That despite their old age, despite their frailty, they have decided to stand up to be counted. And Mr. Speaker, what is even so annoying, when the finance minister met them, the finance minister, all he had to tell them was that Boami Namin Boao. You are actually doing Boami Namin Siewu. And you are saying Boami Namin Boao. How? How is this? Taking people's money from them, people's hard-earned investments, their life savings, and then you add insult to injury. Apart from rejoicing, quoting wrong scriptures that don't align with the times, you are adding Boami Namin Boao. Let the records reflect that what the minister is actually doing is Boami Namin Siewu. Mr. Speaker, all the things we have heard today from the finance minister is what the former Chief Justice, the Venerable Sophia Akufo, calls dubious explanations. All royalties paid to her. dubious explanation. This finance minister is still blaming Russia-Ukraine war, so-called exogenous factors. Why is it that we are the only country in Africa currently going through a debt restructuring program? Why? The only country going through a domestic debt restructuring program. Why? Russia, Ukraine didn't affect Nigeria, didn't affect Senegal, didn't affect Cameroon, it didn't affect Togo, Benin. So we have a finance minister who even refuses to take responsibility. What I expected, and let the records reflect, Mr. Speaker, that it is those of us on this side who fought and got the minister to come here today. He didn't come on his own volition. He will have gone ahead with this program without the input of Parliament, without the approval of Parliament. I raised this matter and made an application, an urgent application before the Speaker. But Mr. Speaker, what is even more troubling is that instead of this finance minister to come to Parliament today and read a resignation speech, he has come here to offer dubious explanations.
Honourable Member is the Speaker to take the chair.
Yes, Honourable Member, 2 minutes. Two.
Mr. Speaker, when you read the literature on this debt exchange program, the Jamaican model has been presented as a goal, and a few countries who are unfortunate, unlucky, who are doomed, like Ghana is today, are asked to adopt the Jamaican model. What did the Jamaicans do? Mr. Speaker, immediately they ran their country. The Prime Minister of Jamaica in 2011, Prime Minister Bruce Orett Golden, resigned. The Finance Minister resigned. The Governor of the Central Bank of Jamaica resigned. Mr. Speaker, that governor was called Derek Lattenberg.